Good evening all and welcome to Duggans Junction. This evening's topic is going to be on the PCB boards which are in Hornby Class 50s. The example I've got in front of me is 1621X009R5. As you will know, there are lots of different examples of PCB boards in the Hornby Class 50s. What I will do at some point in the future, hopefully not too far away, I'll go through all the Class 50s we've got, take the bodies off, and I will show you the different PCB boards which we've got and how they're wired. That might be useful to some of you. Now the reason for this particular video is I've been watching Compiler Rhodes' video where he was repairing a Class 50 and he was having issues getting the lightings to work. So I thought, well, when I get home from work I might be able to help him out and anyone else who's got the same sort of problem. Now Compiler Rhodes was 1621X009R6. Like I said, my one here is R5. Although the lettering is the same and the numbering is slightly different, the actual layout of the PCB board itself looks identical. So I'm going to go through it now and show you where each wire should go to from this particular example, and hopefully it helps any of you guys, like I said, who may be having issues with lighting or running. So we'll start at the top then. So just get my list together. So just make sure that the code is facing you in the right direction. So first of all, the first one at the top is a black wire. Now that black wire is fed from that lighting unit. The next one is a red wire. That is also fed from that lighting unit. So that would be black and number 2 is red. So I'll do them in numbers for you. So 1 is black and 2 is red. Number 3 is the black wire which comes from the pickups. Let me just come across a bit further. Number 4 is a red wire and that comes off the pickups from the bogie as well. Number 5 is a black wire and that's for the lighting unit on the other side of the cab. And then number 6 is a red one, again, which is for that lighting unit. So we'll quickly spin him across. It's very similar on the opposite side. We'll start with number 7. Number 7 is a red wire which goes to this light unit up here. Number 8 is a black wire which goes to that light unit. Number 9 is a black wire which goes down to the motor bogies to the pickups. Number 10 is the red wire which goes down to the bogie for the pickups. Number 11 is a red wire and that goes to the lighting unit. And last but not least, number 12 is a black wire and that also goes to that lighting unit. Now, let me just spin this across, maybe see what the best angle is. I'm just going to move the camera a second. If you're also having lighting issues, you can probably see where these are here. If you follow the lights down, just tucked behind, there's little, I think they're little copper contacts there. I would just get something and just bend them out ever so slightly. Be very gentle because obviously you don't want them to snap off. But there's 2 of them there and they're on both sides of the chassis. So just bend them out to make sure that the connection's there. Now when you put the body back on, if I can show you, in here there's 2 little connections. So they rub against those and they should sit flush against them, and that's what activates the lights. Well, if you've got the body apart, I would recommend getting some methylated spirit or some track cleaner, anything like that, and just give those contacts down here a rub, and also the ones in the body, just to make sure everything's nice and clean. What I'm going to do for your Compiler Road, particularly for yourself, if you can let me know if it has or has not worked. If it hasn't, I know I'm going to dig through them anyway, but I'll again have another go through all the boxes of 50s we've got, and I'll try and find a PCB board which has got the same identical numbering. If you've got Class 56 or Hornby one, I have noticed in the previous video from St Michael's Hill that the PCB board in his Class 56 was the same as the one I've got in my Class 50. Better point out these 2 wires as well before I forget. Let's put this up right. There are 2 more wires. There's a red wire here which is from the motor, and there's a black wire which goes to this point here which is also the motor. So very quickly, just to add on, this is our Class 50 spares box. Just see if we can keep the lid open. So in here I've got an assortment of fan motors, the little sleeves, the DCC chips, spare bogies, spare bogies, spare bogies, motors, those things, couplings, things, ladders, glazing, buffers, more bogies, PCB boards, battery boxes, compressor boxes, sand boxes, loads of stuff. So I think this is the little boxes you were short of on top there, Compiler Road, these things. So if you need one, let us know because we've got plenty. Anyway, see you later.